Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2024 mid-month general reading. We are looking roughly at the last half of April, and this reading is for the air sign of Libra. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As always, thank you for taking the time to be here and to watch these videos. So Libra, if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Libra, if you're cross-watching for a Libran, this video is relevant. Of course, it's a general reading, so it may resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know any or all of your sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those videos as well for additional perspective and insight, particularly those of you who may be on the cusp of two different signs. It's always a good idea to watch both of those signs to see if they can add anything to what's going on in your personal situation. If something really does resonate with you, if it really does kind of hit home and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, perhaps reach out for a personal reading with me, either for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description or title of this video. I can usually get back to you the same day or within 24 hours with more information. I do offer a pretty wide variety of readings in all areas of life, different types, lengths, budgets, styles, spreads. There's typically something in there for everyone, and I'm pretty diligent at timely scheduling of personal readings if that's important to you. So if you're interested, send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Okay, let's move on. For those of you who need to know, like to know, I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Both decks are by artist Cyril Marchetti. Libra, let's see what the last half of April looks like for you. Well, we begin with the Sun. Light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, and clarity, and an uplifting of any previously heavy or restrictive energies. With the High Priestess, which comes from listening to your intuition. The High Priestess kind of gets quiet. She listens more than she talks. It's one of the most spiritual cards in the tarot. Intuition is our connection to the divine. It's what prompts us towards one way or another way, one thing versus other things, even if it's in conflict with outside circumstances or other people's opinions. The High Priestess, some people call intuition higher self, some people call it gut instinct. You know, this is all about clarity here. You know on an intuitive level what will bring relief from a certain situation and what path is the right path. It's kind of similar, if some of you have sign placements in Pisces, it's kind of similar to Pisces so far. Next, we have the Knight of Swords, which is about taking action. It's about taking what you know and in a very assertive and action-oriented and decisive, smart way moving forward and not wasting any time. The Knight of Swords can sometimes be the Knight of conversation too. Okay, let's talk about this and decide what needs to be done. Let's just get to it. With the Knight of Swords, we have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is institutional energy, so it can represent, things like universities, corporations, hospitals, organized religions, government. This feels a bit like there's a situation you have a varying level of concern about, and it's time just to kind of take matters into your own hand and initiate getting this dealt with. Something I think that has been weighing heavy on you. Next, we have the Devil. Cycles that perhaps are unhealthy or even toxic, but they do have a certain element of temptation in it, which is why the Devil often shows up for addictions or bad habits and patterns. We know it's not healthy. It's become a cycle, a habit, a pattern, and yet there's something in it that compels us to go back to it or continue doing it because somehow we need it or it's going to keep us safe. But in fact, it's what enslaves us. With the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be another person, female or male, that's significant here and maybe in an unhealthy way. But for others of you, I mean, like Pisces, you have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups both, which, in my opinion, in terms of the female energies in the tarot, are the most spiritual and intuitive cards in the tarot. And the Devil with the Queen of Cups represent that devil is really fighting to keep you from doing what you intuitively know is the right thing, because it's a habit or a pattern of yours that needs to be broken. And you need to take action on it instead of being paralyzed by what you think may or may not happen, fear of an unknown future. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for you, Libra, for the last half of April is the Knight of Wands, another Knight. The Knight of Swords is that intellectual, action-oriented Knight, and the Knight of Wands is that passionate, action-oriented Knight. It's about moving forward, and both of these cards are very swift and decisive and assertive energy, so it's about doing it now, sooner rather than later, taking action, because that's what's going to lift the clouds from over your head and allow that sun to shine through. Let's peel it back a bit. Knight of Wands. Part of what may need to happen here is bringing something to light that you've kept to yourself or you've kept hidden for fear of what, well, what if I say this and start doing this and this awful thing happens or that awful thing happens? That's that devil card energy talking to you, right? Or what will people think of me, or what will, that's that devil card energy talking to you, which is what keeps you in this unhealthy cycle. Here, you're meant to move forward and take action, to just kind of boss up and take matters into your own hand. Knight of Wands. The Emperor, the bossing up card, taking charge, making the decision that's best for you, for everyone around you as well. The Eight of Cups, it's going to require leaving something behind, which perhaps you thought in the beginning was going to be your wish fulfillment, but it's run its course, or it turned out not to be what you thought it was going to be in the beginning. So here in the Eight of Cups, you're turning your back, you're going off into a perhaps unknown environment in order to find the next card, the Nine of Cups, which is your true joy and fulfillment. The Fool, starting a brand new cycle, a brand new journey, getting out of your comfort zone, confronting your fears, stepping out into the unknown, which is part of why the devil is showing up here, Libra. The devil is saying, yeah, but if you do, like, this horrible thing could happen and that horrible thing could happen, and that devil card wants to keep you stuck, right? The Sun and the High Priestess. The Chariot. Success through determination, perseverance, willpower, refusing to give up, refusing to lay down, refusing to be a victim, refusing to be paralyzed by fear of an unknown future, willing to manage any and all of the moving parts required to focus in a particular direction to achieve success. The Hermit, another very spiritual and very intuitive card. Instinctively this is what the right thing is for you. There are many options and opportunities still out there for you, and it's better to focus on the positive aspects of what needs to happen to get you through this, because on the other side of that, everything opens up for you. Knight of Swords, the Hierophant. The Four of Pentacles, being careful, being balanced. It may be for a time period, if this is a financial situation or a situation that involves finances or material resources, you may have to tighten your belt for a little while. You may have to be a bit more frugal, a bit more economical, but it's worth it. The Knight of Wands, again, taking charge, taking action. Justice, reaping what you sow, being honest, transparent, moral, ethical, taking the right road, the higher road, doing the right thing, the honest, truthful, justice, moral, right thing. The Sun, again, you have the Sun twice in your reading. That's a beautiful sign. I feel like some of you are caught up in a situation, maybe that you feel you've dug yourself, into a hole and you can't get out of it, so you're just waiting for the inevitable thing to happen. You're afraid of taking charge of it yourself. because you fear all these terrible things will happen, which again is that devil energy talking to you. But the truth is if something that needs to be addressed doesn't get addressed, the worst is going to happen anyway. I mean, it's going to come out, and then often we don't have control or as much control over how things happen. If we act decisively now, that's when it's going to make a difference in the outcome, and it's going to lift up what I feel is a lot of pressure for some of you. The Devil and the Queen of Cups. Because this isn't just about leaving something perhaps physical or tangible in the past. There's that too. It's, leaving that behind and starting just a brand new road, even if you don't know where that road's going to go. But it's also about leaving behind a perspective and ideology which is fear-based. And it may have worked for you in the past and protected you, but it's no longer necessary for you anymore, Libra. Devil and the Queen of Cups. The Five of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Tower. This is what the Devil card is telling you is going to happen. It's going to be awful. There's going to be a big crashing and burning. For some of you in the financial realm, I'm not going to have any money. I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a place to live. I mean, it's just all of this stuff going around and around and around. But actually, this can be a self-fulfilling prophecy if you don't deal with it now. Whatever this is, some of you, it might be in the financial and material realm. Whatever it is, it's not to say that the path forward won't be challenging either way, but if you allow it to just happen without your taking charge of it, then often we're in the position of having the circumstances, the outcome, and other people have the say in how that goes. But if we act before that happens and take control of it, we have more control and more say in how it goes. I think I'm going to leave it there and end with advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit for Libra, last half of April 2024. It's remarkably similar to Pisces reading. It makes me wonder if some of you are on the cusp or you have Pisces placement. Queen of Cups again. This is all about trusting your intuition. The Star. We have the Tower here. The Devil's trying to feed you the Tower. But the Tower, I think, here needs to happen. Something needs to come to an end. It's about how much charge you take over that, right? But chronologically in the tarot, the Star comes after the Tower to rebuild, restore, renew hope, faith, and optimism in a real, beautiful, lasting way. Eight of Wands, taking action, powerful action, movement forward, not wasting any time. Ace of Swords, this is seeing the truth, seeing the light, understanding what needs to happen. Death, as we saw before, a major ending needs to occur so that rebirth can occur. And the Eight of Swords, this is also kind of tied up in that Devil card energy. Swords is governed by air, which governs this, our intellectual landscape, which is how we see things, our perspectives, our ideologies. That's what's keeping this person trapped. They feel they've gotten themselves in a situation they can't get themselves out of because all of these swords, these ideas, these thoughts, which are based on old patterns and habits, are saying, well, I can't because of this, and I can't because of that, and I can't because of the other thing, and I can't because this will happen, and that will happen, so you're just paralyzed there. It's time to break that. Take action. Take charge of this. It'll make a difference in the outcome, Libra. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Libra. Those are your messages for the last half of April 2024. I hope they were helpful and useful to those of you for whom this resonates. I hope it gave you some food for thought, some validation, and some courage in how to move forward. Again, if this did hit home with you, if it did resonate, and you would like to perhaps pull the curtain back on it a bit and take a deeper look, please feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you and delighted to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the May general readings. Until then, as always, stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.